Hello, everyone, and welcome to one more demonstration of one of our tools, new tools, improved tools for Business Central. This meeting is hosted by Cosmos Tech Software, your reliable partner. Um, as you know, we work a lot with Microsoft products and especially with Microsoft Business Central. In this demo, I'm gonna showcase how our enhanced new massive downloader of electronic invoices for Mexican SAT, the so-called CFDI files, can be automated within Business Central. This tool I will showcase here is the I would say not the basic, but the standard functionality that most of the tools um, would like to have for processing electronic invoices in Mexico. So we can take advantage of the files coming through, and we can use a service from the government which is encrypted and secure through a web service provided by SAT of Mexico. So saying that, I will also mention that this tool can be set up. So going into details, I will show how everything can be set up inside the system. As well as, there is something we're gonna need. It's the certificate, the key file, and the password of that certificate, so we can do the queries, the request to the SAT. If I remove that, it's not gonna work. Of course, now it's set up. For security, everything is encrypted. So in Business Central Online, if I only have access to this, I only have permissions to do that. It's the only person I have access to this. Nobody can touch that. I cannot export it, but the permissions is only the administrator or the finance manager can load this thing. As well as I'm showing here some basic setup I'll explain later on. So going back to the tool, this is the tool that does the queries to SAT. So right here I have, let's say I want to get all the invoices from, let's say, for all the month, starting on July the 1st and until July 22nd. I got here until, I don't know, this time. All right. I'll do a little bit just this. I can play with those numbers because I'm gonna throw the first part of the query, which is requesting the files from the given dates to the web service of SAT, and I'm gonna send my certificate. I'm gonna send the query. There's gonna happen some encryption, some technical stuff, but the other thing, since this is the standard version, the manual version, I need to do these queries manually because it's probably I'm closing the month. I'm the bookkeeper. I'm the accountant. I want to get those files, or probably I need to send those files to somebody else, to the auditors or somebody else. So I submit the query here, and it's gonna add that query in the list of queries. It was accepted. Everything went through successfully. And it's going to add the query to the list. So this tool not only does the download, but also the management. I can control all my downloads. I can keep track of what I'm doing. When I did the query, when I did, what are the start date, the end date, and so on. If you see here, I submitted this query minutes before the meeting because I know it may take some time. The response time depends entirely of SAT. I haven't invoked the next web service because I need to do it manually. I need to select this to see if SAT already prepared my files for the given dates. And if it did, it will tell me if it was successful. In this case, as you see, it hasn't processed this because probably there are, let's say, another 10 taxpayers that also submitted from another system, not Business Central, because this is the only tool available in the market for Business Central. Nobody else has anything like that for Business Central, and so advanced like ours anyways. So perhaps somebody is using anything, or SAT is so busy, they cannot fulfill our request. So we need to try later. That's okay. For that reason, I want to show that as well, also that something that nobody has is the validation we carry out. Let's say I have all their requests or all their downloads. I did the 2 steps. I did query on that date. I got this. And if you see, we control the time it was allowed. So it took 2 hours time to get the files. Not the download, but also because we're doing the queries, and like the last sample, SAT didn't have the files yet, but we try again and again. So after many attempts and 2 hours time, we got the files. And we repeated similar query in here for this similar dates, but the query was in a different time. We also get the same number of files, of course, but we see we were lucky, and SAT was able to process the files and return the download in less time. The reason probably is the peak hours. Probably is busy SAT, but that's entirely of the web service of the SAT. I will try to see those files, and I will mention that in our tool, it's going to take some time to process these 101 files, and it will do some validation here. I'll show you. It will detect also, pick up if there are any alerts, cancellation alerts, and it will notify us if somebody cancel one of our files. So this tool does that. Nobody else can do that, because we had a picture, since we normally download the files, there was a picture, let's say, in the period of May. For these files, it was current, but now we do the query, now it's canceled. So those alerts are useful. I will show this. For instance, I get the statistics. I can see for the expenses, what was the base amount, what was the VAT. If it is in a different currency, I will get this converted. If I get some invoice coming through from a vendor in US dollar or other currency, I will get the conversion. I will get the exchange rate. I will get the conversion to local currency. So this is the only tool that does this kind of statistics. No other. I have a USD, for instance, here. That's really nice. So, for instance, I was billed at 35 US dollars plus taxes. It was this amount, and I get the local currency, the Mexican pesos amount. At the end, I can run statistics. I can, let's say, I want to export this out of, let's say, I want to have this going through Excel. I can do that. I can copy this. I got these 101 files. Just please a second. I will get my Excel, and I'll show that to you. I can paste this information. So I to do it again. This kind of things, again, nobody has these things. I can run my analysis. I can see my expenses. Nobody else in the market has this kind of thing. So I got all the information from my invoices, from my query. I have it all. So this is cool. This is really nice. It's Business Central. I keep track of everything. I have all the information. But if that was not enough, of course, we have something really nice to show here. This is for a large query. I want to show this, let's say, a recent one for this month. I have the electronic invoice numbers here, but if I hit the invoice number, I have the ability to see the XML file and also the PDF. Remember this web service download doesn't give me the PDF. So this file is made by the tool, by this API. It will give me the correct, let's say black and white, the invoice, but it has all the required elements for the electronic invoice, all the information I need. And the nice thing is that it creates this for me. This is a verification. I will show it here. I can download it, I can print it out, I can do whatever I need with this. Let's say I want to see another, but very important, before I forget, at the same time, let's say I want to see again, I want to open up the PDF. I download the PDF, of course, it will also use my PDF default reader, but let's take advantage of the file being downloaded in the browser. It's this. The same file. It's going to open up in a different tab. But the nice thing here, since I'm still in the browser, I hit the link. This is ours. Nobody has that. It's not sad. I will go back. The PDF generated here, it's generated by the API, by our tool, is not the file we get from the download. What we get from the download is just the pure XML file, is what we get. We can verify this is the company. It should be Teléfonos de Mexico. But once we do the validation, I will set the CAPTCHA to really make sure that the CFDI is correct. The vendor is not in this list. That's bad if a vendor is in this list because it's fake. Okay, tax page whatsoever. So it's current. Everything is cool. I will go ahead and show another thing. Since I want, let's say, I want to get all the files because I will submit these files to the auditor or another bookkeeper. Only if I have the permission to export the files, I can do that. If you don't give the permission to a user, the user will not have permission to download. I can select all or whatever I need, and I can download a zip file with all the files. So I don't know how many one I have here, but believe me, it's the file. I'll show the file. Let's see my downloads here. So the file I just downloaded, it's this, and I have all the files. And again, the web service from the government only gives me the XML files. We create with the API the PDFs. So that's pretty cool. It's pretty automated, and there are other analyses. But that would be pretty much the basic tool. It's available for all of the version of Business Central, also on premise, as well as Business Central 14, still in Windows. It's an extension, but I want to show something nice from our tool. Let's say I will showcase this first. Let's say for a few files, because that's important. I don't want to extend that much, but let's say I want to see this. I want to see. I got only 3 files, and I'll show you this here because I've been playing around. I already got these invoices here. You will understand why. This is like a normal purchase invoice document in the system. Look, we store here the the electronic invoice number. We'll link that information here. I'm deleting this because I will process this again, and you will see the beauty of this. I will go back and show you. Okay, so we have some invoices there. I'll leave them there, and I will go ahead and process them again. We have 3 invoices, right? So let's say for this, I want to create the the purchase invoices out of this download I did with 3 files. Of course, I will get 3 purchase invoices, right? So the beauty here is not any of the systems in Mexico has this. It created from folio number from this, also the 40 and 41. So it created 3 documents. Let's see those 3 documents. I will go to invoices, starting with 39, 40, and 41. I will refresh the screen. So you see it got refreshed. I got these 3 documents, and each of the documents has the information taken out of the XML file. That's really sweet because I didn't type anything. It did everything automatically for me. Even though it has 1 line, it creates the line for me and with the information and so on. Also, it extracts information like the unit measure. It extracts also something important. It's a number, this number, and many other elements. But very important also, it link my document, my Business Central document, to the electronic invoice. So I got the reference for my records, and I'll do something interesting here. So it was a query for 3 documents, okay? So I got 1, 2, 3 documents. Now I will go for a larger file like this. It has 101 documents. I'll do the same. I process the invoices, and it will validate to avoid duplicates if I have the same files used, applied, linked in any other purchase invoice. So like here, it tried to do something. It did create invoices from this folio number until this folio number, 242 until 319. So it created a bunch of documents, but it detected 13 documents were already used links. So we don't do duplicates. That's pretty awesome. And the important thing, I will go back to the invoices. If I refresh, I was in this document. If I refresh, I will show all the documents just created right here. Really quick, I didn't need to type anything. It did everything for me. So it saves a lot of time to enter expenses, automates many of the manual type, even though Business Central has some tools to get invoices from PDFs, English or other language PDFs and so on. But the interesting thing is that it's genuine. We have all the values, we have the prices, we have everything coming through the XML file, which is a fiscal document. This is an electronic invoice. So I get everything automated with this tool. That's awesome. That's the basic tool. Of course, there are other, unless if I have several lines, it saves me a lot of time because it will get me all the information coming through. So that's awesome. I want to mention as well, if a vendor is not in the system, let's say I didn't have, I will see the next vendor, I don't know who. Let's say I didn't have this as a vendor created in the system, the tool will create the vendor for me with default values. Where those values come from, that's quite interesting. I'll show that up. There is a setup also where I set up default values. But let's say I don't have too much, but I'm able, I have the ability to set up different default values for each of the vendor. Let's say I have vendor 1. I want the vendor to get RFC code, the tax ID. I want to have an expense account. I want to have dimension by default. I want to have different values. And also, if I get bill for a certain code. Let's say I get, I don't know, I will just make it out. If I get this code from this code, I'm just doing some setup to showcase that, it's going to do something different. So it is pretty interesting because I can do like these layouts, these templates, and the system will do this information for me, creating vendors, creating the lines, creating the documents. This is the standard tool. Everything is through setups. If I don't want to use the system anymore, I delete my information and that's it. If you don't have Business Central right now and you want to use the system like it is, creating the purchases and everything, being able to download the files I need. Let's say I want to download only 1 and 2 files. I just download those. So the tool is working pretty fast. That's the standard tool. There are other things I will showcase. We will showcase in the next videos. The most important is that that's available. It's in the cloud. Everything is safe. It's the API. It's ours. It's protected with encryption, with security. Nobody will have access to your files. Only you. Even we don't have access to your files. As you know, the structure here is like companies. So let's say here, this is the company that has all the information. If I'm new here and let's say I want to have user online two, we create the company two, let's say. This the people working in this company too will never have access to the first company and vice versa. So information is pretty safe. What else I can add? Oh, just to add, that's an extension. If I go to extensions, you can see it's ours. It's online. There is this massive SAT and CFDI download. We have a bunch of products. I also recommend you, we'll do a video for the import pediments later on, but I want to ensure that this is an extension. The same extension is compatible with other versions of Business Central and works also on premise. There is another tool we will showcase, but that's pretty much the advanced version where we can have I'll show we can have something working on it's probably not set up here. It's possible to have this working over the night. So the nice thing here is that you can have the CFDIs being downloaded. Or let's say, I'll show an example, but this is for the most advanced tool, and we're finishing here. Since we need to do it manually, because as I said, it's in 2 attempts. First attempt is to submit the query and wait for it. Let's try again. Like if by the time being we got the files. But if we don't, we can schedule a job that runs overnight and goes for these lines that are like kind of gray here. The 1 and 2 have not been processed, and we can process them overnight. So you see, also this process will not block your Business Central because it runs behind the scenes. It's a background process. Now we were lucky, we got the files. So it's going to take some time to process, but these times that the system is doing the processing, the validation, checking if anything has been canceled, if the files we're getting are actual files and so on, destruction and many things. So if we don't want to wait or we don't want to do it manually, in the advanced version, we can set up, we can schedule a job from us, a tool that will do this for us. So for those pending queries, if I go to set download, I can say, overnight, I would like the system does things for me. So let's say for this in gray, this as well, I want the system to do the check. This is the check and the download for me, because I'll not be at the office or I'll not be working. So that tool can be automated. That's the nice thing of the advanced version. And many other things. We can customize the tool. We can do other modifications you need. Let's say I want to run this as well. Yeah, for larger, for more files and so on. So we can standardize, we can do statistics. There is the advanced tool has a report that can compare the files I got downloaded here against the files I have in the system to detect any errors or shortages, like I didn't have the same I got here. I have a lot because this is what the government has. So I need to have at least 99% of this. I want to have less or more. So if something is canceled, I don't need to have it in the system. I also need to do the correction in the system. So the advanced tool will give me a report, a comparison report, what the government has against what I have. So I will showcase those tools later. And we will leave all the details here. Thank you for your time. Thank you for paying attention to this. Any other question you may have, Cosmos Tech Software, cosmostech.net is our webpage. You can contact us, you can write us, you can leave a comment on this video, and we will be happy to give you a solution, a customized solution that fits your needs, and also answer any query you may have. Thank you again for watching this video. We keep you posted on the next videos, and we'll be happy to assist you. Have a wonderful day.